Right, peace and blessings, beloved family. Welcome to another amazing episode of Who Naked in of Who Naked Up in Here. I am your host, Mr. Witz, my co-host Gifted, and I'm so ecstatic to have you all here. Um, I don't see any new faces, but it's a must that I announce this. So this is a safe place to share. Um, it's definitely a place to be embraced and loved. So if you feel um, like you need to get something off your chest, this is the space. Um, with that being said, we're gonna open up. Everybody's able to share two pieces, being that it's a small crowd at the moment. But if we grow to be a big room, I'll scale back to one poem a piece so that we can get it finished and everybody can be heard. Um, those who would like to share with us tonight, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. And if you click on the reaction button, you can raise your hand. All hands that are raised will be acknowledged and able to share when they're called upon. Only thing that I ask is that while a person is speaking their piece, you keep your mics muted. You can use the comment section to speak as loudly as you want to. Make sure that you're showing love and support to the art and the message. And when the artist is done speaking, then you can unmute yourself and show love to not only the artist but also to the message. All right. With that being said, welcome in the room, Brooklyn in the house. I see you just come in. If you all would like to please unmute yourselves and just give each other a big hug, however way that come across.
Woohoo! Yeah! Hey. Who's naked up in here?
Right.
Hello,
people. Love your poets.
Awesome. Now, the call and response to who's naked up in here is naked eyeballing. So when someone says who's naked up in here, the response is I'm naked eyeballing.
What if you're really naked though?
That's the whole key. You know, as you come into this world, so shall you leave. So be yourself. Be exactly what God made you to be. That's the reason for the call and response. There's no reason to dress up as any superhero or mass villain, because you have to eventually take that off. You know, so let's just be ourselves. That way you can be embraced and accepted for all that you are in reality. All right. With that being said, I'm going to open up tonight's space with first two poems. I hope you all embrace these messages. The first one's going to be a little deep. Second one will be full of love. I wrote this piece a few days ago. I'm gonna let it speak for itself. The title of it is Painting Voices Over Duct Tape. It wasn't easy to write, but it was necessary. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing is louder than a silent scream, muffled inside the creases of a palm. The stifling voice with the hand muzzle that trapped the breathing in order to keep the cries from escaping. Nothing is louder than the cellar they become trapped in, the basement walling off of innocent soul. But if you listen, you can clearly hear them bawling dastardly out of the nose, nostriling the nose that go ignored, underneath the heavy panting shushing them, held in their embarking, pinned in suffocation. Their call for help, tweeters inside of the glove, the keep quiets, the keep it downs, whispering over their fainting tears. The stop please failed, the get off of me shrink to survive or speak out of the dying spirit. And fear overwhelms the will to fight back against the monstrous hands, waiting to restrain them and take their young bodies for their adult obstacles. With wrists unable to ward off the uncovering of skin, and they're not being strong enough to personally protect them, their privacy evaded, squirming away from the touch of their private parts, not far enough to avoid their violations. It happens too often. Bed squeaks are airy as squeaking doors when there's a monster hiding in your closet while you lie there, indisposed to surrender, with no one coming to save you. How does one live as if it never happened, untrusting to tell a peep to a soul, the memory reframing, keeping you prisoner in your mind as you get old, till one day you find your skeleton key and you finally rise up from your knees, opening the door you've kept the bones in, the horn you hid your vocal cord in, along with the scroll, the music sheet, noting all you wanted to say, and you sing. Your speak of it feels just like painting voices over duct tape, heroic enough to free a world full of vocals from their captors, the evil, villainous predators that victimize their youth. Their souls are given back to them, thanks to you, the one who was brave enough to speak her truth and set herself free. This poem is dedicated to all who are victims of child abuse, rape, and sexual molestation, and to everyone who has been an advocate for their awareness, as well as their physical and psychological and spiritual healing. May the Most High grant us the strength and awareness to protect the ones we love from those who would prey upon them. Poem.
That piece is so powerful. And, well, oh, you know that it has been important for me to hear you not only pen that so eloquently and beautifully, but to speak out and be an advocate for those who are voiceless. So I appreciate you in your pen. And yes, may the Most High continue to grant us strength. That's a brilliant ending. Thank you.
Thank you.
Truly moving, beautifully written. I don't have the words.
Thank you, Nemo. Again, it wasn't an easy write. It's even harder to speak, but it's the message God put on my heart, and it's just felt like my duty to do it. Which
Mr.
is
Woods,
why,
I appreciate you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
Mr. Woods, I appreciate you that you wrote that from a male point of view, because often we think that when we think about molestation and sexual abuse and rape, we feel sometimes, some of us forget to put men and boys into that category as well. And men and boys don't often want to speak, or a lot of times they silent. They take it to their grave with it. So I appreciate you writing that poem. It's, yeah, I really do.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that
Mhm.
acknowledgement, because I think you kind of that added the accent to it, the exclamation point that was necessary. Because it's not a gender thing. It's it's just evil, and it happens more and more these days, to both young men and young ladies, and it's horrific to even have to deal with, fathom that this could be on someone's heart, that this is what this is an act that can be, displayed in repetition. So yeah, again, it was hard to write. What conversation led me to it, and God put it on as a duty. So, and again, it's not easy being a male to speak from that perspective and be embraced, as well as the message goes. So I just hope I did it the justice that was necessary. That's all I'll say. This next piece I'm going to speak, some of you may have heard before. It's entitled Confiscated Voices. Lately, my time has been consumed, fine-tuned into making another's product. Feels like I have drifted off course, partaken in someone else's dream. Again, I see my life leaning to be more manageable. God put me where he felt I was valuable, where my working will be profitable if I keep to his plan. I selfishly used to tell myself, I am my own businessman with no employees. Back when I said I'd never again work for anyone harder than I would for me. Something I preached so strongly, unaware of the turn of tables where I'd be in need of help. I never thought I would be the one to need someone, other hands, to help build my dream. Focused on doing everything myself, so my name stitched in the seams of my fabric. Weaving together, these very thoughts had me Mosesing my seas. His reality has a way of keeping us all connected. His silence, requiring us to play his music. My pen still shipping the cargo of man, influenced through life experiences, hoping one day the creative thunder in my art will be loud enough to break through ground. Funny how a vision can have you challenging the speed of light against sound. So I've asked for assistance, confiscated voices with pitches that brought volumes to my messages. A community of poets, artists who prided better than any commercial advertisement that I have ever heard over radio or any image viewed on a television channel. Vibrant people whose vibrations rippled a socializing media with breath, with life. When God instructs you to raise a dead, you have to come into a stagnant motion and trumpet louder than your vesseled instrument has ever trumpeted before. So my words, his words, have found their horns, their wind instruments and others' vocal cords, light and sound, strum harmonically through the spirit of his music. He taught me to regain pride in our collective, the fiber controls of our unexpected. So never again will I take the credit of being my own boss. Not while I know he been instructing me through every choice and course. So I'm proud to be able to say that he's confiscated my voice. Poem.
Whew. Oh my goodness. Just
Yeah, wow.
wow.
Mm.
That was amazing.
That last
And
line.
yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank y'all. CP Mays, welcome, brother. Christopher Moore, welcome. Good to see you as well. I don't know, the poems made me a bit emotional just now, but I guess it was necessary. I think it was just so much love that came into the room prior to the press of the record button. Um, Again, I love you all for continuing to be here and supportive of this energy and this space every week.
We love you too.
All right, with that being said, let's get it going. Let's all open our hearts and our mics and welcome to the platform our brother Messiah Payne.
Woohoo!
Yeah, Messiah.
Hiya!
Thank you, everyone. So I'm gonna hop right to it and read two poems. The first is called "A Brief Conversation." The trembling earth pierced my sleep, subsumed by an echo of all the world's violence. I sat along a river, howling with the pleas of endless voices. Saturated by immediacy and impatience, gently imposed from a wound in the air, a perforation of timelessness, a woman wilted beside me, who was slow to speak, eyes like falling glaciers. She spoke with a voice like inveterate terror. She asked, "How did you get here? Is that what you're asking yourself?" And her lips curled into a grin, seducing horror to revelation. Her presence invoked something beautiful and forbidden, cutting a profane scar upon my thoughts. "Where am I?" I said with harried consternation, attempting to conceal the panic in my voice. She chuckled. "You are having a dream, and here is where your awareness of me begins to burgeon with all the temerity of an adult. Now is where your childhood ends." "Who are you?" I said with a broken whisper. "I am the beauty of life when it is undressed. I am the terrible answer of the omnipresent gesture that is being. I am the passage of time, and I am time when it dies. Sit with me and hear the prayers of the dead in this river, all their regrets. They plead with me for salvation, for second, third, and fourth chances. They plead for sanctuary. You are here for the same reason they are. Your time is going to die, and soon you will be in my river, pleading just the same. She giggled and smiled at me. Unlike the grin, her smile was soothing, merciful, yet absolute. This is my river, and it leads to different lands, she said, where these poor souls wash up and must continue their lives. Their time starts again until it once again dies, and they are back in my river to wash up somewhere else. I thought I grasped what she was trying to say. So our lives end only to continue somewhere else? Yes, she exclaimed, exactly as though it had never ended. She put her finger in the river and pulled it out. Putting her finger to my lips, a small drop of water fell to my mouth. I began to shake. There was a feeling bordering on relief, an ecstasy almost surmounting the terrific troubles of my soul. I will grant you a wish, she said. Tell me where you wish to go after your time ends, and there you will go. But I caution you, your transition will be seamless, as though your previous life was a forgotten dream, and you will remember nothing. I grant you this because you have found me before your time, and thus deserve a boon. I said, I wish to be somewhere where I never again have to be in your river. She laughed obscenely and plucked the flower from her hair. Very well, I will offer you this flower. It is your consciousness, and when your time ceases, you will return here. If your flower has bloomed before your time, then I will plant it on the green beside the river, and you will never again return to the waters of my river. If it does not, you may never have another chance to escape from me, and you may forever be taken the way these souls are. I bid you good fortune, Messiah. Let this gift be the making of your freedom. She laughed again, this time as warm jest between friends. Placing her finger again in the river, she touched my head as though blessing me, and I awoke. There the flower was on the pillow beside me. I stared at it, dazed and disturbed. But as I began to recall the woman in her river, the flower slowly began to bloom. And this is the second poem. It's called The Ashes of My Mind. Could life's only destination meet us like unnerving comedy in the mere seconds it takes to realize love's simple moments? Could it be that we humans are imposters in life, and love strips away the light we covet to keep ourselves closest to an imperceptible and foolish reality, revealing our abuses as we dwindle fastidiously on the lurch of time? Excuse me. My dreams are slowly lacerated in the making of your pain sanctuary. Each step in your coiled brokenness a step too far. Your humanity has not developed nor transcended, but has instead sustained the transitory pleasures of an illusion. Your objections to fate's violent will, where love's making of you, stultify your parsed relegation of affection to my desperate grasp. Emptiness where you once spoke persists with the abrasive certainty of death. Now you arrange for your vulnerabilities to be kept by the abyssal silence of your mind. In my mind, you were never at love's behest, though you invented my dream of it. Merely with a gaze, you haunted every thought and pervaded every hour. I recall I took your hand and told you that you were loved. Debussy couldn't have composed anything more ardent. Now I grow tired, and you are as carefully circumspect as ever. Would your love seed the eventual growth of patience and virtue? No, I no longer need your love. I am no longer enchanted by your eyes, your voice, your body. Have you grown brittle, or have I? Like ashes, my thoughts have burned and now evaporate in the space you have left behind. Your absence like nonsense chatter from an irreconcilable source. You will be forgotten, and I will be kept safely, perhaps illusorily, by the wisps of what remains my mind, telling me gently, she didn't know how to love. She didn't know how to love. Thank you.
Goodness. Y'all unmute yourselves.
Wow.
Yeah, Messiah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. My goodness. Yes. Each step you coiled brokenness a step too far. Um, God, so many lines. The first one you didn't give us a chance, but the flower slowly began to bloom. I love that last line. It was just amazing. Just, oh gosh, yes, amazing. Oh, wait, that one line where you said cutting a propane scar.
Profane.
Profane,
Pro-
like profanity.
Oh, I was thinking like gas, like explosive, like it set it on fire. All right, thank you. I'm glad I clarified that. So now I can use cutting propane. No, I'm just that was brilliant. You had some brilliant lines. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that line stuck with me as well. Messiah, your storytelling is so
Yeah.
capturing. It's like you write in labyrinth, um, and you definitely have a what do you call it? I want to say like a narrative um, demeanor in your message. Like you need to start working on films. You need to start writing up scripts.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Messiah, I love your voice. You have a voice of a storyteller. In that first poem, yeah, I didn't take notes, but I heard everything you said. And when you ended with that bloom, I was wishing that, you know how you get a book, you read a good book, and you take your time reading, you don't want the book to end, you know, do this book have to end? So you put the book down for a moment, maybe for a week, and then you go back to that because you want to, cherish and, let it, you know, swim around in your mouth a little bit, marinate. And so that's what I get from your poems. That first poem in particular, I wanted to marinate and to continue. At 9 o'clock tonight or 11 o'clock Pacific time, I want to go back and read that poem again. I mean, I love it. Loved it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
I agree with Gifted that the last line of that first poem just lifted me out of my chair a little bit. That was amazing.
Thanks, Nemo.
Awesome, brother. Awesome as always, man. We definitely appreciate your voice in this room. Y'all continue to show the love in the chat and out of the chat. As we move forward, y'all open up your hearts and your mics and show some love to the makers, to Gustav, Salas.
Nailed it. Yeah. Woo. All right. I got two pieces for you tonight. Based on the theme from Nuyo on Monday was about the Wright brothers. This is called First in Flight. The Wright brothers first flew in 1903 at Kitty Hawk, but they are not the subject of this talk. More than 100 years prior in Annonay, France, the Montgolfier brothers began our flight romance. In a balloon, the first of its kind, many thought they were out of their mind. The first balloon test flight occurred on December 14th, 1782, using ignited wool and hay as fuel. Through the sky it flew. On December 19th, 1793, the first test flight with living beings was flown for the king at Versailles. A sheep, a duck, and a rooster flew to the altitude of 1,500 feet high. The craft landed safely 2 miles away. All the animals survived, I'm pleased to say. Then the king declared a human should try. Into the air, Etienne Montgolfier did fly. So when you think of first in flight, the Montgolfier brothers are who you should cite. And this piece is called Airplane Mode. Sorry, I'm not receiving you. I'm in airplane mode. Offline for a time while I write this ode to planes and all things that fly through the sky, oh so very high. At 30,000 feet cruising altitude is where I abide, just like the dude. As with Icarus, who flew too close to the sun, or Maverick from Top Gun, planes can take you there much faster. Of course, when they crash, it's a disaster. Travel by plane is safer than travel by car, but just knowing that won't get you very far. If you have a fear of flying, it's something real. I'm not denying. Is it fear of planes or fear of dying? Get on that flight and stop your crying. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes, y'all open up y'all mics and show some love.
I love those pieces, and I got to. So it's great to hear you perform them. They're great.
And your energy is always awesome, brother. It doesn't matter if your piece is long or short. It's always big because your voice is grand and your energy is prominent. We always appreciate you in this space.
Yeah,
Cheers. Thank you so much for saying that.
Every time you bring the fire, Magus. Every time.
That's what's up. Y'all keep that love going in and out of the chat. Yeah, let's make sure that we embracing each other and we're pushing each other to continue to be the creatives that God made us to be. It's not always easy to speak these messages or to put a voice or a pen to them, but they're all necessary. God deemed them necessary or they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't exist. With that being said, y'all open up your hearts, y'all mics, and let's show some love to Marianne Peterson.
Come on, Marianne.
Woo!
Yes.
Marianne.
Okay. Get my thing out here. Can't find the one I was looking for, but okay, this is a song I wrote in 2012. I started writing it in January, March, April, May, June 19th, 2012, and I finished it July 19th, 2012. And it's called Power 2. Power to the people needs to be returned. Power to the advocates needs to be given. If we are kept silent, it's sad, sad, sad. We have the right to speak. But right, so to be kept. Right to safety is one of the top. Right to happiness is another. Human religion is important too. Power to the people needs to be returned. Power to the advocates needs to be given. We are kept silent, sad, sad, sad. We have the right to speak. We're supposed to keep breathing. The government needs to listen. Two wrongs don't make a right. Power to the people needs to be returned. Power to the advocates needs to be given. We are kept silent, it's sad, sad, sad. Have the right to speak. We are supposed to keep breathing. That. Now the next thing I'll do is a poem I wrote today. It's called Love Sticks Around. Love sticks around even when we are gone. Love sticks around with our family. Love sticks around with our friends. Love lasts forever. Love is eternal. Love is grand.
Yes, Marianne. You know, I always want to get 3 out of you because your pieces are so compressed. So you can do one more if you like.
Okay, which one? I guess I'll read this one I wrote on the 18th for AJ Word Artist. This one's called In Memory. And I sent it to him in a direct message too, but last I looked, he hasn't looked at it yet. She was a nice person. She was very creative too. She was very lovable. I liked her very much. I got to see her online a few times. She was happy. She had a long life. She's up in heaven now with other families that got lost along the way. She'll be remembered. Rest in peace.
Beautiful. Y'all open y'all mics and show some love.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
Very
Yeah.
Woo,
beautiful.
Marianne.
Whew.
Marianne, I'm always proud of you for pushing yourself, pushing your pen,
Yeah.
and just voicing your every experience and sharing it with us.
Yep.
Brings it into your home. I think that's so dope.
Thanks.
I also like and also enjoy when you pull your ukulele out because it shows us another creative aspect to you. Music
Huh?
is for the soul. So yeah, I mean it's a poem in itself. So the combination of the two is just dope. And I'm just
Thanks.
proud of you for always pushing it.
Yep.
Remember, it said that it said a message or ask in person.
That's what's up. The answer. Good to see you in the building, brother. I didn't know if you got my message or not. I tried to get it out to you tonight. So it's good to see you here.
Glad to be here. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir, King. With this being your first time here, let me announce this. All the hands that you see raised are people who would like to perform. So if you want to share with us tonight, or anybody who's here who hasn't been acknowledged yet that would like to share, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on that, you can raise your hand. And if your hand is raised, then you will be given the floor once I come to you. Once I come across your name. Samsung SM, whoever that is. Who's that? Who's over there? Do we know who that is?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, well, we're not gonna hold up the show. We're gonna keep going. Marissa Prada, good to see you tonight as well, Queen. I see you slipped in. It's good to see you. Great to have you. Okay, she might be away from the mic as well. It's all good. At this time, you all open up your hearts and your mics and let's show some love to the amazingly talented, gifted.
Gifted.
Come on, Gifted. Come on,
Yeah.
Gifted.
Go Gifted.
Oh, thank you all. Thank you. It has been wonderful this evening. All right, let's see. This is Sun Up. Each day that you awake, forgive yourself. Allow the wrongs of yesterday to be far behind the joy of today. Get a glimpse in that mirror. Really, take a look. Take the time to breathe you in. Tell yourself, it's okay that I failed, and fall because I'm up now. I'm up now. I'm up, alive to do it again and again and again. Release the chokehold of the vibrations that shake you. And grab the rays of the sun that shines through your cracks. You can still see daylight. You're not all of those scars. You're not all the things that scar you. You are bigger than that. You are bigger than that. You are bigger than that. Bigger and better than the sum that tries to pull you down. So love you. Love you enough to keep getting up. Love you enough to keep getting up. Keep getting up and saluting the sun and saluting yourself. Sun up.
Damn, that was beautiful, Gifted.
Yes.
Yeah, just beautiful.
I needed that in such a deep way. Thank you.
Thank you.
that opening line, each day you awake, forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that chimed through your whole message. It's very important that we know that everything that we do is what makes us. Everything
Yeah.
that we've been through is what makes us. But we
Yes.
have to know that it doesn't restrain us,
Mhm.
or keep us from growing. Beautiful, beautiful shit.
Thank you. This next piece is a little bit fun. I was trying to find two fun pieces, but you got, I think it was the Doobie Brothers, I believe, or Michael McDonald. Anyway, the song was I Keep Forgetting. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore.
Yeah, that's Michael McDonald.
Oh, Michael McDonald. All right. So that's the song in mind here. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. So tie your string to my balloon so I don't float away. Because memories are like air. They glide away fast. So warm breezes become cold, yet each time I hear even a song on the radio, it brings me right back to you, to us, to your smile, recalling yesterday's rhymes, wondering if it is because I was bare or not bare down there, exposing all of my not enough. So teach me with your razor sharp tongue, just take it slow, methodically. Release yourself from the web and plug into this love that we share. Untangle your desires, go deep, deep, and allow juices to flow, slip, slide, and slip, slide on the euphoria of this ride. Naked hearts bathing in each other's soul, immersing your being into mine, what cleaves into the flaws of my jewels and make them pretty, untamed caresses. Become legs off of the ground, waist high, carries you across the room, and beads of sweat. Oh, if a man's love is never ending, how can we forget? And if my body was on fire, would you watch it burn? How will I know if you don't douse me with your love? I mean, drench me until I smoke. But I keep forgetting, we're not in love anymore.
I can't stand Gifted. I just can't.
Whoa,
I'm just
whoa.
Nasty.
Wow.
You nasty.
Ah,
Whoa,
Wow.
Who said I was nasty?
whoa. Mr. Witch, you heard what she said, did you? She keeps forgetting that she's not in
Look.
love anymore. Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Loved
The
it, Gifted.
twist. Yeah.
Yeah, Gifted.
Is that my brother
Like
Irie?
I totally forgot and then brought back around to, yeah, but this isn't actually happening anymore. Right?
Right.
Right.
all I got to say is, ah. Ah.
That was dope.
The whole stanza
Oh my God.
being on fire and, being doused in love to,
Drench me.
yeah, that whole stanza was bananas.
That whole stanza
All I
was
can say is Plan B pill, Plan B pill, Plan B pill.
Yeah, I agree with you, Wits. That was crazy. That whole douse me and till I smoke. Oh, bruh. Oof. Oof. That's all I can say. Oof.
Thank you very much. Hey, I noticed some of your hand, like Jane Spoken Words hand was up. I believe she was right next to Miss Betty. And now it's down probably because she spoke. So if you can pin, yeah, there you go. And then, yeah, put her back in. Thank you all for the love.
Powerful, powerful. Well, let's welcome some more faces that's coming to the room. My brother Irie, y'all, if you don't know him, you will soon. Definitely a phenomenal poet. Author Nicole S. Brown in the building. Good to see you tonight as well, Queen. And my brother, the Answer, who has just finished speaking, another amazing poet. So welcome you three. If you would like to share tonight, that's why you see the hands raised on the screen. So if you would like to share, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. And if you click on that, then you can raise your hand from there. No pressure, but just letting you know that's how we operate in this space. All hands that are raised are the people we know that would like to share, and we just come around that way so nobody feel pressure to do anything. Or there's no face that's forgotten. And with that being said, y'all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Shocky G.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go,
Come on,
Shocky.
Oh, now
Yeah.
I know, you know what? I'm not even gonna do it with you tonight. Let me see. Okay, so the first piece I have, I did in a workshop, I think on Monday. They wanted us to write about the monsters we forgot. My anxiety comes knocking at all hours of the night, refuses to use its key, calls everything an emergency. Last night, it promised me I wouldn't make it to the morning, so that this heartburn might be a heart attack or an aneurysm, both silent killers, but my anxiety be so loud, screaming at the top of its lungs. I'd love to say I'm so happy when it goes hoarse. But the truth is, he'll tag team in depression, and that one whispers, you won't make it till tomorrow. And even if you do, no one will care. I barely go outside, but I take the pills, hoping it makes them use their inside voice. It's not that I plan to listen. When I was a kid, I was scared of the dark, ghosts and goblins, but Scooby-Doo taught me the only thing to fear is the company I keep. Better yet, the voices in my head, my brain be a mystery machine. You can always count on Fred to run off with the dopamine, Daphne, and the other half is always out to lunch. I miss the monsters in masks that hid in closets and under beds, because these new monsters stick inside my head, a cacophony of negative thoughts, and I'm positive one day I might not win. So for now, just give me back my old monsters again. Okay, and this second piece, I don't know if I read this before or not, but it's an older piece. My Southern friends say, you just need to find you a Southern girl to be happy. My Northern friends say, maybe you should just find a white girl. Neither seem to care, like love could ever live in my zip code, where it's either too hot or too cold. Southerners remind me the South is always warm. Northerners say, you'll get used to the cold. How do I tell them I have a cold heart and a hot head, that I will never be comfortable inside America's melting pot? Down south, some say ain't nothing more Southern than sweet tea. And up north, they say ain't nothing more Southern than racism. What's funny is the North seems to do both just as well. Anything to quench your throat, quench your thirst when your mouth is full of slurs. Hatred leaves the mouth dry and the heart bitter. It just makes sense. The South says us Yankees want to destroy history. Us Yankees say the hero is the one who gets to write it. That's how it's always been. The dead are not writing textbooks in their graves. We've never been a fan of ghostwriters anyway. They say the South took people that look like me and made them slaves, but the North took my people and put them in prisons. Handcuffs look a lot like chains when your hands are bound, and black bodies look like strange fruit on any tree these days when the wind blows, swinging bodies like wind chimes. Tell me, which direction is north or south? When you are driving from east to west on the interstate and the cop stops, asks you to get out of the car, when you put your hands north and hope things don't go south, I guess the only direction that matters is staying alive.
Y'all open your mics and show some love.
Yeah, Shaki.
Always Shoggy.
Rocky is
Yeah.
Always.
wow.
That ending, the only direction that matters is staying alive. Wow.
The dead are not writing textbooks.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know that Nemo has a book? You got to download it and it's free on his website.
I have it. I have mine.
Wait, I got to go run in the living room so I can be cool like everybody else. I'll be right back, guys.
Oh my God, you guys get on my nerves. NemoSwimWords.com though, and you can get Nemo's book for free.
I love it. I love it. I love the support of one another and how we lift each other up. Ray Jane in the building. How are you, love?
Ray Jane got a book coming out.
Yeah.
Book is off the chain. Yo, Shoki's book is off the chain. Everybody, you got to get everybody's book. It's just amazing what the poets are putting out.
So I love it, man. Y'all make sure y'all continue to show love and support each other, keep each other lifted. It's super dope just to hear it and see it come out of not even thin air, but come out of your hearts. So just make sure we keep living each other. Right. With that being said, for the new faces who have come into the room, if you would like to share with us tonight, there's a reaction button at the bottom of the screen. If you click on the reaction button, you can raise your hand. All hands that are raised will be acknowledged at some point, and we will keep this show going. You all open your hearts and your mic and show some love to Black Silver 47.
Come on, Black Silver.
Yeah.
Welcome to the space.
Hello.
Woo.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir, my brother. Welcome.
Okay, great. So I guess I'll get right into it. I got two poems. The first piece is called Just a Myth, and the second piece is called Dark Angel, but you didn't know Jehudio. And so let's start out with Just a Myth. All right, here we go. Thought it was just a myth, but you didn't know I exist. Superstition, superhuman, supernatural. Is it the moon or the mother? Is it the sun or our father? Forget what you learned in college and go back when you were a toddler. We're all Red Riding Hood and Grandma's wooden cottage. We're all Cinderella trying to beat the clock. We're all Shiva underneath Kali Ma. I am hunter and huntress, my counterparts divine. I bear the hands of Hecate, guiding hounds through the night. I am human, yet separated without a soul. I bear the fangs of vampires that belong to the earth. I am the Dagda of Celtic myth, and there's nothing that I cannot do, yet certain things require two. I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen dragons and phoenix, but you didn't know I've been to the bottom of the ocean and I saw mermaids and leviathan, but you didn't know hellhounds and Giodas crossed my path to remind me of my mortality. Then the hidden one appears and stealthily works fiction to fact, to actuality. And that was Just a Myth. And I wasn't sure what piece I was going to do next, but I changed my mind suddenly and decided to do this piece. It's called Dark Angel, but you didn't know Jehudio. And this piece, like the first piece, is based in mythology. Dark Angel, but you didn't know Jehudio is dedicated to a documented archangel known as Jehudio. And yeah, I kind of work with the light and the dark that way. So this piece is actually dedicated to an angel called Jehudio. So here we go. Let's get into it. Dark angel, but you didn't know. Heart of gold, wings black as crows, soft tread of royalty. The alpha wolf doesn't show his teeth. Demons knocking threes, angels live in trees, soft tread of royalty. The alpha wolf doesn't show his teeth. Loud bang in the streets, chaos and bedlam, but you didn't know. Safe inside my bedroom, safe inside the wings of an angel. Where there's lightning, there's thunder. I am the storm that never surrenders until you surrender. Black meets dark. I never forgot, but you didn't know. Black snow like volcanoes, black rain of pain, new moon drama, new shadow work, same trauma, new angels, same demons, new colors, still black and white, new forests, same trees. I am the three-headed wolf on a very long leash, soft tread of royalty. The alpha wolf doesn't show his teeth. I said that the soft tread of royalty, the alpha wolf doesn't show his teeth. Dark angel, but you didn't know Jehudio.
Wow. Y'all open your mic.
Yeah, woohoo! Black
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Great to hear you.
I
Thank you.
definitely like that. Like volcanoes. Yeah, the imagery in your pieces is dope, bro. And appreciate you bringing the education through the Greek mythology as well. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, your mythological ponderings, man. Even when you're not tap dancing on the wolf, calling on that wolf essence and spirit, like, dude, your mythological ponderings it's up there, dude. Like, it's on the food chain of like cats should be writing myths about all kind of crazy shit. Like, yeah, man, don't stop. Like, I look forward to it every time I see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dope. Make sure you checking in the chats. There's a lot of love being passed throughout the show, throughout the night. So y'all make sure y'all looking in the chat, sharing, and also getting those hugs, those embraces that are being passed. All right. Jane's spoken word. Are you still with us? Did she step out?
Yeah, I was looking for her. I don't see her.
Yeah, I was trying to get her in before she left. But she didn't see my direct message. I should have just called her on the last one, but that's okay. She did say she had to leave, so much love to her for being here for the time that she shared. But we're gonna keep going. At this time, y'all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to the phenomenal Mama Betty.
Woohoo! Miss Betty!
Yeah.
Betty.
Hey, Miss Betty.
Hi.
Miss Betty, you.
Yep. Let's see. Oh, I can't get smaller, huh? I'm trying to get, anyway, here we go. So, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Okay.
hear you well.
Yes.
So,
Well.
this poem is
Yes,
called,
we can hear you.
well, I wrote this to a prompt, digging up bones. You can't dig up the bones fast enough. The debris of skin steady falls from the sky, blinding you with the sediment of indigo seeds, blues so thick, so rich, dropping, solid. We become one with sound, ancestors keeping time sheet, some who were slaves, many who were never beyond freedom's ears, watching as you toil, ceaseless in endeavor to identify every unidentifiable soul buried without ceremony, in sorrows, in oceans, far, far, far from home. And that's that poem.
Yes, that opening line, you can't dig up the bones fast enough. My goodness, yes.
Mhm. And then,
Ancestors keeping the time sheet.
yeah.
That's right.
And then,
That's brilliant, Miss Betty. Sorry to interrupt you.
go ahead. Someone saying something? I'm sorry.
I
So this,
apologize. I was just saying it was beautiful, Miss Betty. I loved it.
thank you, Asante Sana. And so, you know, you read a poem about domestic, about molestation and all that. And then when Gifted read a poem, she mentioned scars. So this poem, another poem I wrote to a prompt, is called Bruised But Not Broken. Let me see if it just went black. One moment. Oh gosh, just give me a moment. Does it really matter the number of scars on my body, the depth of a wound, a scratch on a cheek? Tell me, why does it matter when, after an effort of dehumanizing, agonizing abuse from a country that waves the cloth red, blue, blood seething from flesh ripped, marred, torn, exposing white bones, skeleton, trying to maintain a dignified composure in vain. Blues, the wind sung, rustling through leaves of melancholy trees, holding secrets in their trunks, compromised innocence, their branches and limbs, victims as well, unwilling co-defendants in heinous crimes, as trees weather nature and man-made storms. I live with salt, curing wounds, seeking answers to secrets, legislated bruised, but not broken. A luta continua, the struggle continues. And that's that poem.
Oh, Miss Betty. Powerful lines. Brilliant.
Hi, Valerie.
Indeed. Indeed, definitely powerful. When you're sending your comments out, family, make sure that you typing them to everyone. When you send personal DMs, it can get caught up in there, and you'll be trying to share with everybody, and they'll just get caught up in the personal DM messages. So make sure when you type in, it says everyone when you want to share some love to the poet. All right. Just saying that as a notification. Some of us may be missing or something like that. But definitely powerful, Mama Betty. It's always awesome to hear you. Your words always come with life lesson and journey. Journey. You always give us something that we can hold on to that we may not have embraced. As of yet. But thank you for sharing.
Yeah, those are beautiful pieces and powerful, especially broken, but bruised, but not broken. Yes.
You've always been like, in my eyes, this superhero of a cheerleader for everybody else. Like, I didn't know how deadly you are with the pen. Like, you're nice with it, Yunker. Like, you're nice with your writing. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you're nice with it.
But can I say this? I know you always give me honor. You always give me honor as one of the elders. But know this: I learned it's reciprocity. It goes back and forth. I learned from you as well. So we don't always have to prop up the elders, although we appreciate it. But my father always said that just because you get old, you got some old fools out here too. So like we got old fools, we got wise young folk too, okay? So let's do it that way. So as you guys raise the elders, I raise the youth, I raise the middle age, because one day you're gonna get here and one day I'll be gone. I appreciate that one day I was young.
That's what I'm talking about, Miss Betty. We just old, we elders. They just gotta respect us. And we got to raise everybody else up.
Shockey like 23 years old. Don't let Shockey fool you. She just got carded to drink like
I see.
Budweiser. Don't get Shockey twisted.
I see.
Shut up.
But thank you. Thank
I
you
love
all.
it. I love it though. Again, it's so important to me that that we pay that homage, Mama Betty, and it's just the way I was raised, is to respect my elders and always be attentive to the message that is
Well,
coming.
I'll be respecting y'all. I'll be respecting you, Mr. Wilson and Gifted. You see how happy playing jealous up in these chats, okay? So, okay, age ain't nothing but a number when it comes to love, homeboy, okay?
No, you better know that. Again, like you said, there's some old fools out there, but you far from that. So when we get that message from you, we have to embrace it and take ownership to it and hug it. So I was hoping that you was gonna share that piece that you sent, but that's cool. We'll catch it another night. With beautiful share as always. Let's keep that energy going. Y'all make sure y'all keep sending that love.
Yes.
Out of the chat. It's that important that we embrace each other and keep this family going strong. With that being said, y'all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to our brother, Christopher Moore.
Hi, Christopher. Come on, Christopher.
Come on, Christopher.
Yeah. Christopher.
Okay, so my hand was up because I've noticed that the last two were after my hand raise, so I was kind of confused. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. Okay, I do have some new pieces. This one's called No Fairy Tales. Once upon a time, there was a protagonist that became the villain of their own story. Although that might be inaccurate, because do villains have friends? Our protagonist will never find gold at the end of some far-off, forsaken rainbow. But to tell you the truth, in all honesty, they really weren't looking for it to begin with, you see. Princesses who build towers with their own egos. This protagonist is not the knight in shining armor for you. And for the next piece, this will be, let's see. Okay. This is called Reconstruction. I think I compromised with myself that there is no compromise. I thought myself exiled, wandering with Latin speakers while carrying a Greek dictionary that forgot the verb conjugations. Those I have met on my journey taught me lessons, good and bad. The mental philosophers inside me have put caution tape around my heart to leave it to its own demise. Emotions can be fickle things. Thank you.
Christopher, you don't never sell us short. Y'all open y'all hearts, y'all mics and show some love, please.
Yeah, Christopher. Emotions can be fickle things. Yeah.
Always bring it. You're just your wonderful imagery.
Thank you. I appreciate it. If I can say just one more thing before I'm done. As some of you know, I have a podcast, The Poetic Robin Hood. Please support these poets. I can give 2 Fs if you listen to my voice, but please just listen to the podcast because of the great poets that I get. This month's poet is Nick P, Jersey Jesus, who I know some of you know. And last week I recorded October's episode, which will be posted on the 2nd. My friend Lee Eric Friedman. If you do not know him, his poetry is great and also hilarious. So you also have to tune into that episode as well when it's uploaded. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Do your best to send out those planes, man, when you have that show coming because so much be happening during our transition that we get lost sometimes trying to keep up with each other. So make sure you're sending out those kites and letting everybody know
Well,
it's showtime.
yeah, an easy way to remember it is I post the episode every first Monday of the month. And if you follow, I'll also put the link to the Facebook page because I also post whenever I post an episode. So if you like the page, you'll be able to find it.
Awesome, awesome. Big love to you, brother. Continue to journey, man.
Thank you, Mr. Witz. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you more. Y'all make sure y'all keep that love going, please. All right. With that being said, we'll be moving on to our next poet. Y'all open y'all mics and y'all hearts and show some love to CP Mays.
CP!
Let's go. Yeah.
CP!
Only.
A word of caution, you guys, buckle your seatbelts.
Uh-oh.
Not gonna be enough.
So it looks like on the second and fourth Sunday of every month, I've been rope-a-doped into hosting a spot on Sunday morning, like I think at 10 o'clock Eastern AM. Y'all hear more about that shit on the back end or whatever. So this crazy poem, this foundation now wants to shoot a video for this poem. So thank y'all for allowing me this platform to work out the kinks the whole while I was, coming up with this poem. It's called Imagine Sarah. Somewhere in anywhere hometown USA, there's a wave of undocumented Marias. Second generation, barely making ends meet Marthas and Marisols and compression socks in second season of separated and divorced, single parent problems for Shamikas, Teresas, Marilyns, and Keishas. A few moments past midnight, making mid-shift moves as new managers, Martha and Marisol are attempt to hire maids, princesses of push brooms and mops with swagger. They're raining down spray bottle bleach mist upon every desk, in every cubicle, plantation, on every floor of this minimum wage castle of a call center. Did you know every barely able to make ends meet mothers make up are made up of Merlot and rosé and after school math tutors and peanut butter and jelly crackers, and also inside every other mother's makeup is Benadryl and Robitussin and last minute late night science fair projects and dollar store glue stick runs and poster boards and children's Tylenol and Vicks Vapor Rub and scratch your head algebra homework that just ain't getting done tonight because that new math is about as tolerable as the kid turning in a spelling test in cursive handwriting that's just not taught anymore. It's John 3:16 in the morning. And Martha's 3 children sleep peacefully in their shared 1-bedroom, queen-size bed apartment. Timothy's 10, Kimberly 7, and oh, there's Sarah. Sarah's 6, act like she's going on 30. She's nonverbal. She lives on the spectrum, but she makes moves like an outlaw with it though. Once at her 3rd birthday party, shortly after Make-A-Wish blown out candles and barely able to walk with some washable markers and construction paper and left-handed scissors and glue, she built her first pair of experimental angel wings, and in her inaugural flight, she flew straight through a kickball game. across two hopscotch chalk outlines, barely landing across the other side of a water puddle in the middle of a playground. Really proud she was of herself, but in real-time reality, Sarah really was only able to fly for like a few split seconds, but you gotta love her prop pain, passion, and sheer stubborn 6-year-old tenacity to test the design and pride of pure air as she soared across that water puddle, though Sarah's hand-me-downs are about as torn as her mother Martha's revolving door of bipolar and depression and anxiety attacks and heartbroken. Her ADHD and adult decision makings must be made on Nana's behalf. It's either there's enough money for another month of food for you, Grandma, or there's enough money for all of the prescription refills you need for this month. Choose wisely, America, because Nana can't afford both. The funny thing about living on a fixed income is that it's not built or prepared to cover consistent $78 cost of living rates. It's an apartment lease rent hikes every year. The funny thing about lower middle class, single parent, mommy households is somehow, some way, most times, second jobs still barely affords anything else besides chicken on dining room tables again every night. It's hard to judge a jury of your peers until you realize that none of those peers look just like you. Just like it's hard to judge gerrymandering politicians, poker-facing freedom, gambling with gentrification, who acquire property rights to build yet another high-rise or bistro or well-manicured golf courses, 18 holes, until you realize that none of these policymakers live below the poverty line, just like you. Had an appointment to certify SNAP food benefits and missed it because cell phone prepaid minutes ran out before you could afford to re-up on some more. Congress doesn't dock their own paychecks for having to call out of work for 2 weeks for their Timothys catching chickenpox or their Kimberlys catching chickenpox. Congress has never passed up on a great pediatrician because minimum wage working as a maid, paycheck deposits doesn't cover top-notch medical care you need for Sarah's autistic needs because the best doctors always seem to always be out of your network, right? Imagine Sarah. Imagine the torn hand-me-downs. Thrift store shoes with soles and holes. Imagine poorly advertised city council meetings that won't make a difference with the common man because the common sense rarely shows up on time to speak up for itself, let alone systemic change. Imagine Martha or Marisol's third shift job trying to cover rent and lights, fucking food, and car notes, and never mind the household holy trinity of full medical, full dental, full coverage car insurance, all coming out of the same check at the same time. We ignore allergies and dietary restrictions and subpar food found freeloading badly and free school lunches. Ignore elementary kids who have to check in behavioral meds in school nurses' offices because at least twice a day, acting off your meds typically poses problems, but your teacher won't write you a hall pass to get at the mood stabilizing prescription doses you need, desperately need, because being off your meds by midday will easily mislabel you a misfit, a problem student, Get another disrespectful poor kid with bad manners from the block. These so-called problem kids never get equal treatment. In school pathologists pay pennies, 30 minutes a day in class reading comprehension support, pay pennies, principal conflict resolutions, teacher assistant interventions to check bitter teachers who no longer do it for the kids, but only now do it for retirement benefits. With superintendents who don't show up on time to clock change in to do any real work, America, as you're fighting over abortion rights. Let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Limited Income. Hell, my name is Glass Stealing. Fuck it, my name is Systemic Change. Hello, my name is how cruel of a world have we become to believe that our children are our future, yet somehow bright future formulas for LGBT, transgender, suicidal kids are going ignored for way too long. Imagine Sarah no longer simply being on the spectrum, but actually Capri Sun sipping, sitting crisscross applesauce on it with more construction paper and more washable markers and same lucky pair of left-handed scissors and better glue sheet building a better pair of experimental angel wings, and nothing else matters more than this moment. This moment. Imagine Sarah, arms stretched out so wide, she swore that she was hugging God, and how I was today years old when I realized I need not be an advocate for something. I need to be an advocate for change, to change, within change, for everything increasingly horrible, steering all of us wrong. For if not, what are we really doing here, y'all? It's not living. Poem.
First of all,
Powerful.
Whoa.
That was powerful.
my throat hurts and I wasn't even spitting. Second, I'm thinking I should just put my damn hand down. Say the hell with it. I'm not even gonna do anything.
I'm with you.
Somewhere,
I'm with you.
Zoom headquarters right now, they're trying to figure out why all their servers are melting.
Absolutely incredible energy, and just, I mean, where to put your energy. That was just amazing work. Beautiful.
Thank you. And on a brighter note, like, thank y'all. It's really weird when I got the email from I'm not gonna say who, but when I got the email from this big foundation, and they're talking about, like, in the email, won't be a good time to send a video crew to videotape and interview you at your house. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just write poems. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, like, I just wrote a poem, but I don't think y'all can come into my house because I got 2 pups and they don't like people. But we're gonna work this out somehow, some way. So like the platforms y'all give, it's no joke. Like, it's a springboard for creativity and for us to come together in the late nights and all of that shit. But I got one more poem. Let's end on a fun note. It's called The Saint Safety Deposit Box, and it's in the manuscript coming soon. Yeah, Ray J, just like Beyonce, she made me push my release date back, so because she balls like that. This poem goes like this. The Root. Tell me forever, how the fuck am I supposed to pick up my pissed off past when it's passed out from picking fights with purgatory? Similes strung out, half hung over from half pints of hallelujahs. I was born in between broken bourbon bottles and busted out brake lights. My dreams are as wild as my sex drive. My nightmares are as horrific as an ego's eviction notice when your heart's too broken to cover the safety deposit box that futures the forever that your soul lies in. Life's truly a bitch, but when she's out of my life, I know I'ma miss her. Mirrors whisper, it's not your fault, it's mine. Behind my back, I'm not sorry that up until now I failed at dying. I am that karma keeps G-strings stripping down to the French kiss of my own failure. I'll parade my soul around like it doesn't make nightly special guest appearances at pity parties hosted by myself, like it doesn't stay up late playing liquor in the front, poker in the back. Angry is the hospital I was born in. Devil, motherfuck you with the sport I was playing. The first time I broke my arm, the second time I broke my angel swing, it was in the same place. Everyone else was playing hide and go seek. I was playing Satan hide heaven, and I'll go fucking fetch it, the trunk. My boogeyman sleeps in boy cut shorts and has a backside that can raise the dead. She knows the seat of my soul is composed of sober love letters held together by drunken scotch. On the rocks tape the sound of sangria saying, where's your fucking pride made rest? The sound of me sleeping peacefully next to some pussy is the only love song I haven't been able to memorize yet. It's the reason I can count the number of women I've loved on one hand. Here, if you sniff it, you can smell them all at once. The branches. They smell like coffee, and I like my coffee. I like my coffee the same way I like my women, French pressed, steeping in heat, till I'm ready to silky smooth, sip sexy right out of their sweet coffee. Like I like my women, destined to spill everywhere down my throat when the road gets a little bumpy. I like my coffee the same way I like my women. Wrong with a good shot of whiskey in them, and I like my whiskey the same way I like my one night stands, not too cheap, with an ego as not too expensive believes. My catharsis can clear out the church pews. Madman metaphor mumblings kept the demons from seeing me coming. So pardon me, Pastor, but the scripture in my pulse needs to stand up and testify. I've shit, shaved, showered, bathed, borrowed, and brokered brainstorms from Beelzebub, pitch tents and tenants, because my rhetoric needed to top rental property back to back, held and back to back way too many times. And one day in that last day was the goddamn day I stepped out of hell and the ground got fucking lighter. Hey, pride. Some fights I pick with myself, I lose on purpose for no other reason than Maze. Fuck you. Hey, heartbeat. This isn't puppy love. It's a pit bull off its leash. It's an Ernest Hemingway quote. Never mistake motion for action. The forest for the trees. Lifetime. I unravel lifelines via virtues and sins. Idiot savant with tattooed skin. I am Stephen Hawking with a pen. Thank you guys and gals.
Yeah. I don't open y'all mics up. CP, I gotta jump right in.
Wow.
That piece. Man,
you are amazing with a pen.
Wow. That's all I can really say.
The metaphor game is ridiculous. I need that line again. You said while others was playing hide and go seek, I was playing Satan hide.
Heaven
Get it,
and
get it out. Get it out for me.
what was it? Where everyone else was playing hide and go seek. I was playing Satan hide heaven, and I'll go fucking fetch it.
That's a line right there.
It was a line. True.
There was so much in there, so much in there, but
So
that one
much.
Your delivery is
had
amazing
to
as
fish
well.
hook that one back.
Thank y'all. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there. So,
Bro, you a technician and your alliteration is bad crazy, bro.
oh, appreciate you. Like, I appreciate the way, like, poets, like that shit, we sit back and chew up a stanza for 45 minutes and poets can appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all know what it took to create some lines. I love the community. I really do. I love it.
Man, we love you too, bro. Amazing, amazing as
Yeah,
always.
two dope pieces, both of them.
Well, if you don't know now, you know. Make sure y'all continue to follow. You know, beyond these screens right here. Make sure we getting in touch with each other, keeping up with what's going on in each other's lives, as we grow in this universe with our craft. Congratulations on what's yet to come, and we look forward to embracing you on these new platforms that you have as well, brother. Now, y'all make sure y'all keep that love going, man. CP Mays. With that being said, open your hearts and mics, and let's show some love to Nemo soon. My food dog.
Let's go, Nemo.
Come on, Nemo.
Nemo.
Yes.
Excellent.
Every week I get to be here. Wednesday, 9 o'clock until whenever. And it's wonderful. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is such a special place. I have 2 micro triptychs tonight. They're both pretty short, though. There's so many poems I wanted to read, but I'm going to stick with the plan. So here's the first one. I used to get angry when the sheets got moved around and balled up in the linen closet, which happened all the time. I would fume and curse under my breath. Now the sheets in my closet don't move unless I move them. And there's no need to fume unless I want to get angry about dust. For 20 years, I sat at the stoplight near my home, watching the leaves change and the trees turn into forests of pharmacies, always turning left, blinker clicking on and off, and watching clouds while waiting. Now I go straight through the light in silence, driving home and away from where my heart is. It's the threshold that's the hardest, coming home to no one but me. And this is the second one that's all poems that I put in my notebook today. I drove to the farthest reaches of the city of my mind, past the snarl of traffic, the incessant honking of horns, the bright light and smoke and fumes. I stood on the very edge of the great disk, and I peered over. The devil fancies himself a poet. Endless verses slip like serpents from his lips, spitting lyrics. Personal pachyderms compact in peanuts, capable of processing those problematic memories randomly accessed to make an array attached trunk to mother tail and send to search for water. Dust jacket included. Thank you.
Man, Nemo, I can never find the words, but I think, I got one word. Yeah, I think sublime. Just sublime.
Oh, that's a good word. That's a good word. I second that.
Sublime.
I second that.
Yeah. Supersize sublime. Sublime supersize with 2 fingers.
Nemo, you are always so emotive and vulnerable in your poetry, and it is so relatable, and it's attractive to your audience. So well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, the first piece was definitely real capturing to me from the changing of the sheets being boiled in the closet to watching the leaves change from your window and the traffic flow for a duration of time. And life is happening every day. It's continuing on. You know, just amazing the way your mind works, man. You got a brilliant pen as well.
It was the sheets for me as well. That part.
Thank you. Yeah.
Y'all keep that love going. Like I said, fill the chat up, put all the comments in there, make sure that them hugs is in there. I know it's hard to voice them. Sometimes it's hard to recapture them once the piece has continued on. But let's keep embracing each other, keep each other lifted. With that being said, y'all open your hearts and your mics and show some love to Escape Artists.
Let's go.
Escape
Let's go,
artist.
Escape.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, escape artist. I like her.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
I think this is my first time hearing to speak.
I'm going to read a poem. I'm still working on it. I just want to see how it sounds. It's called Trauma Response. And here goes. Writing is my trauma response. But what kind of writer am I without trauma? Am I even a writer? Sometimes I think I'm just injured, hurt, and these words stop the bleeding while these metaphors be crutches as they carry me down the street. I often wonder on this healing journey if when I'm finally healed, I will forget how to write. If when my spirit reshapes itself into the greatness that calls to me, my creativity will come to guide. Does my brain only know how to make something beautiful when it starts with pain or sadness or depression? They've been my company on this journey. Writing has always been my compass. When I'm lost in dark forest of anxious memories, I take out my pen and write the right direction. When I am thirsting in a drought of happiness, I take out my pen and drink the nutrients of fresh ink. There's a villain in my head, if left unchecked, will wreak havoc on whatever joy I've created. But I've been doing a lot of reconstructing, laying the foundation with affirmations, and I fear I will no longer need to be comforted by an imaginary ego to tell me what I already know. I've gained my knowledge wings. I am enough, and I am reaching for higher things, self-love. I've outgrown the studio apartment of negativity in my mind. She will no longer hold me back with fear and doubt. Those feelings don't control me now. But what kind of writer am I without trauma? Am I even a writer? I used to be injured, but I am healed. Now the words seldom stick to the page. They don't write themselves of hate these days. I fear I may be broken in a different way. That was the first one. Let me try to find the second one.
That was beautiful, and you're
Wow,
beautiful.
Escape Artists. Yeah, that was definitely.
Yes,
Wow.
beautiful.
Incredible. Really well penned.
Thank you. This next one is called The Fleeting Tide. I've been working on this one too, but I think I'm done with this one. I just like to do it. But anyways, here it goes. Stuck in the fleeting tide. It's as if everything is crashing against the rocks at once. I'm shipwrecked, losing myself. It is at this time they say to keep your line in the water. The tides stir up hidden treasures. Always have your nets ready. It is not the time to lick old wounds and bathe in self-pity. No, it is time to pick up your heavy body and cast a line into survival. And if you get pulled in, do not sit there and wait for the waves to tug at your ankles. Sinking to the bottom of the sea like another man's dream, do not become the Titanic, a broken pastime luxury, a story to tell of how a zero stayed a zero when they were supposed to be the one. Fight like your life depends on it, because it does. At the bare minimum, tread water long enough to be washed ashore. Become a mermaid if you have to, even if no one believes in them. They don't believe in you either, yet here you are. Just keep swimming. Don't you dare drown. When Poseidon is shoving water into your lungs, make sure you take a deep breath and spit it back in his face. Tell him you won't drown in his sea of broken dreams. I know you've never been a fisherman, or a fish for that matter. No fins or gills to ensure your survival, but find a way to become a shark and dominate, or be a pearl in an oyster shell and brace yourself for the worst, even in the heaviest amount of pressure, where no one will survive but you. Hold your breath, dive into the chaos, and always have your nets ready. Keep your line in the water as she stirs up buried treasure, your buried treasure. You were made for the fleeting tide. Don't you dare give up. Thank you.
Come on, escape artists. I am so glad you are here tonight. I met you for the first time, I believe, on AJ's platform, maybe it's Valerie, but the moment I heard you, I
Probably
love you
AJ.
right away. I love you
Oh,
right
thank
away.
you.
Yep, you got a new fan,
Thank
Yeah.
you.
a
I
whole
love
Thank
the
you
brand
for the
new
hope,
pleasure.
fan. Yep.
escape artist. I love the hope that you give in all your writing. That's what is so attractive about your writing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hmm. Yeah, I like how it was vulnerable. Then you said to be the shark and be dominance. Then you went to the pearl and the oyster. That was yeah, that was beautiful written.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was definitely a phenomenal thing.
Your
Both pieces
writing
were
is so
great.
your writing is so iconically like a badass. Like hold your breath and dive into chaos. That's some badass shit. Like, and dive into chaos and have your nets ready. Like, but just have your nets ready. Like, that's some
Oh,
badass
thank you.
shit.
What a
Like,
compliment. Thank you.
yeah, that's some badass shit. So yeah.
No said, no said. You don't know what to add. It was just powerful. Just powerful, right? You're amazing. Keep pushing your pen, Queen, for certain. You know, and make sure you keep coming back and sharing with us. We need to get those messages of encouragement for ourselves as well. So keep that going, keep that flowing. Yeah, y'all keep showing that love. And at this time, open up your hearts and mics for our brother Jamor Smalls. What's up, Ja?
Woo!
Yeah,
Hey, Josh House.
I'm
Let's
here
go,
to,
child.
yeah, last week I was, allergies are acting up, but tonight I'm back. So, there we go. Sometimes I'm a caveman, you get pressing and you see how to get back the feature up again. Yeah. All right, let's go straight. Ladies and gentlemen, Power My Poetry, aka Jamo Smalls, or whatever you want to call me. The first piece is called Over the City. And it goes like this. I grew up not to screw up. I'm a third generation of accident. Now watch me move up. I know it's not your fault to blame me. You was mentally chained. Our society was formed by slavery. The news tried to go out of its way to try to scare me. It got people running to the hills. It's a new direct form of crazy. The human power came from our belief, yet we breed the slight form of relief. To every mountain and trees, with every valley in between. If you search for God, then look in the mirror you freak. But who am I? Who am I? Things change and I don't know why. I'm looking up to the skies. Please don't cry. This world can be so cold. Not even the strong can survive. I would have lived if it were not for pride. Our ego can be strong. There is no time. I just want to spread my wings and just fly over the city. And that was the first piece. The second piece, I'll be reading off my phone. I don't have it just on memory. It goes like this. I walk the path of earth and I feel like I'm hellbound. I live among society and their policies are spellbound. I walk this road alone. Our economy is in hell now. The bill was passed down to the consumers and the consumers get billed now. Religion is a form of control. It can turn us into monsters, which can cause damage control. The preacher preached the word and the planet explode. Then commit the act of adultery. Let this defiance be known. Money is a form that can deceive people, not like the 1% I get from this bank. Is this thing legal? The world economics is falling like dominoes. Christian people are too terrible. It seems that this world needs Jesus. I know that Jesus cannot save us all. Some of us belong to Hades, but some of us just acting sauce. The life of a normal human is brokenness. Sometimes I wish my life was over rich, hoping it make a big difference like dusk to dawn. I need something going on to relate to. Our life reality is something. Our life reality is not something to escape to. I mix communion wine, which is also grape juice. Even Judas take a sip of the wine and still turn around to hate you. Some people got you underrated. Some people try to diss you over a multi statement. Where my haters at? Sit and watch my greatness. The pen of the poet can leave you all constipated. The curse of this generation surround me. We are trying hard to survive. Sometimes I just follow so blindly. I try to block out everything that annoys me. Dear diary, please heal me at God's speed. And that's the end of the two pieces.
Oh my
Nice.
God. Hey, bro, that was
Nice
so
power.
dope.
That was nice power.
Good delivery.
I love that line. I know Jesus can't save us all. Some of us belong to Hades. That was
I like
That was a powerful line right there.
Yeah,
very,
I
very
like that too. I like when he said the economics was falling like dominoes.
Dominoes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And then that
actually,
first piece when you said I'm a third generation of accidents. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, wow. Wow is right, yeah.
Both of those poems are actually, attacking the social order, talking about social order. I mentioned a lot of stuff, which I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. But, I mentioned about religion, money. I mentioned the economics falling like dominoes. There's a lot of things that I speak about in those both poems.
Yeah, great work, brother. Thank you for coming back, and glad you're feeling better this week here. Y'all keep showing that love in the chat for me, please. I'm gonna jump forward to bring this artist up so she can tend to her home. I hope nobody gets offended. Trust me, I'm here for you all, so everybody will be heard tonight. But at this time, please open your hearts and your mics and let's show some love to Valerie Lorraine.
Let's go, Valerie.
Come on,
Thank you
Valerie.
so much. Thank you, Betty. Okay, so thank you very much for having me here tonight. And I just want to let you know, so I'm only going to read one piece. It's a long piece, and I'm only going to read it a couple times over the next few days because it's meant for a book. But I need to read it to figure out what I need to do with it, if anything. So here it goes. Suitcase clothes. Tonight, a suitcase of clothes became unearthed from the sanctuary they lay, dormant, yet perfect, striking my acknowledgement of defeat. Sizes that are so far in the past, like age, I don't think I'll ever claim it today. The first thought pops into play. I should just get rid of these. Then devilishly, memories become euphoric. Not so much events, but the smiles I harnessed as I wore the hues. My inner voice says, you can't get rid of these. They were handpicked for the palette of your skin tone and always to complement and accentuate your flawless curves. Okay, well, that was then, and this is now. Now, I hide in embarrassed shadows and behind screens. I don't leave the comfort, no, the safety of this home. Time has been kind without lines or wrinkles or crow feet. Not many gray hairs yet. I offer time the compliment, but really time has nothing to do with it. Time is a lazy, uncaring dick for all else but the tick of the clock. And it's not my skin or my hair, but all the weight of the world I found so hard to drag around. So I decided instead to pack it around my bones. It was then that hope snuck away. She saw that too many times I left it all to her, not applying the effort, that in the worst of my pain, I would allow grief to coddle me. Hope left for someone with more achievable dreams. Greener pastures I know from exhaling so many wishes really must exist. And as grief crawled in one day to fully replace hope in a devious way, she would walk me into the kitchen holding my hand. Grief showed me the fridge and the pantry. Never fully engaged in anything. There was no effort. Just a plea to dopamine to push grief to the side. Now grief is a greedy bitch. She is never done, nor pushed aside. She is wise and willing to do what it takes. Allowing me the feel of power, she offers control. She knowingly lets the allure control has to give take hold. The longer it persists, the better. A pattern emerges. Eat or starve. Eating welcomes shame, and I really hate him. So I become overjoyed when control shows up, carrying food avoidance in his bag of tricks. Ignorance dances through the eyes of those who view beauty as only sin. They compliment and notice. You're losing weight, they exclaim. I'm so proud of you. What I really hear is, I only see you when you are an acceptable weight. How can you not see me? I work so hard and my productivity produces. I am here, right here. I have always been right here. And there are times you have been so proud of me that I vividly recall the numbers on the scale. I was proud of me then too. Intuition urged me to stop stepping on the scale. But if I took that advice, I wonder who would ever proclaim my successes and my failures then. I took control to a new level, worshiping our honeymoon with hyper focus. Obviously, a task I can do without hope or grief because I abandoned them at the side of some long past memory, buried in a pile of clothes near my bed and carried on with a goal. Now, goal has always been with me. I burden him as a lover I will always grow old with. I stain him with tattooed check marks and quietly celebrate for short moments, but never for long. I always beg for more, silently calling out to give me multiples before I'm satisfied. I push in places I have no business trying to open doors. Confidence and I force myself in and around like I own this little joint named love. Confidence suggests that I can have this little piece of property too, as if it was my idea. But then comes in someone I did not expect. Bent in bones and behind shaded eyes, pain and rejection reemerge unexpectedly, hitching a ride on fingers coiled to form a fist. Tossed about in the resulting mess, they claw their way across a throw rug and reacquaint themselves with me. Love was not meant for me, and they come to offer a long strand of never-ending dialect, reminding me of all the reasons why. Grief walks in with a 40 of tequila and makes it a party. I didn't want to attend, but I can't find the exit, so I make nachos and ceviche and sit for the duration. We get so drunk, them on my nerves and me on food, that they decide I should have a round at the amusement park. They are overjoyed at my lack of enthusiasm as I bounce around in the bumper cars, getting nowhere fast except bashed around by them. I am only seeking solace as the beating I took is nowhere near my fault, but pain, rejection, and grief accuse me over and over again that it is. Trauma bummed a ride and packed into an overfilled suitcase that day. That man disguised as love showed up to fury fist against me. Trauma promised to never let me walk through a doorway again without reminding me of the moment he surprise attacked me. A pledge trauma has followed through with. I flew home the next day, bruises still forming and deciding what color looked most appropriate against my skin tone to make the biggest splash. I wanted them to stay demure, but they insisted on being standout accessories to my clothing choices. My baggage was weighed and the attendant announced they were overweight. Grief whispered, "So are you," and smiled. I opened my carry-on and picked up depression and tucked it nearest to my makeup bag, carrying my overused bottle of concealer. And back to today, looking at those beautiful clothes I had never unpacked from that trip home. I whispered back, if I could only still fit into them, I'd be happy. Grief gulped as hope suddenly appeared at my desk and handed me my pen. She said, "Why don't you write about it?" Valerie Lorraine.
Oh yeah, y'all open your mics up. Val, that was so dope. Just emotion, just living with emotion. It's like everything moved in on you and just took over your life. And taught you how to be, how to eat, when to party, and just really manipulated you out of everything. That was amazing, right? Amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a very captivating piece. It had me in tune the whole poem, wanting more.
Thank you.
Very powerful, very relatable. I loved your personification of the various feelings. I think that was very cool.
Thank you.
When you sat down to write this, did you think it would be as challenging as it was creatively to say what you wanted to say?
Literally, this piece just poured out of me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that in all honesty, the type of writer that I am is that I've probably been thinking about this in the back of my mind for some time. And then, just unpacking some things that I hadn't seen for a hella long time. Really just kind of put it all together. And then, I spent some time editing it and it just kept on getting bigger and bigger, but I couldn't write one piece of it without writing all of it.
That's courageous.
Thank you.
I don't think poets are ever off the clock, like we're still running stuff in the back of our brain. So kudos.
I'd agree with you. I'm a classic overthinker, so thank you.
So powerful, powerful. Yeah, y'all keep pouring into each other, please. I love it. I love the energy of this room, and several different perspectives of life that has been displayed in here. It's amazing.
May I say one more thing before I step down?
But of course.
Thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you, Mr. Witz. I do have to put these little ones to bed because they have to get up early for school tomorrow. So thank you. I hope nobody's offended that he stepped me up here, but I just wanted to say thank you. And I wanted to say that Mr. Witz is going to be my guest on Saturday night on my show, Starfield Saturday. So I do hope that you all attend and bring your wonderful artistry to the stage with us. It would be an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Val. I don't know if you can see my heart.
I can see your heart. It's a perfect heart.
My heart murmurs. This is here for you. We love you. Thank you. Get them babies right. All right. Let's keep that energy flowing. Y'all open up your hearts and your mics and show some love for our next artist, Nicole Sharon Brown.
Let's go.
Woo!
Hello. I'm not gonna be raunchy today. I'm just gonna be lovey-dovey because one of my oldest kid is still up. So I'm gonna be nice. She's gonna be like, "Mom, what are you talking about?" But I have two pieces about love. The first one is called "Love is a Verb," and I wrote this with Ramrock I think a couple of Mondays ago on September the 10th when he had the Mosaic Monday, and it was Love was a Verb was the writing prompt, and I didn't really get a chance to share it, but I shared it on another show. Love is a verb. It is very much so exhibited and exemplified in a plethora of actions. Love in words such as nouns, yes, people, places, things, and ideas need and utilize love as a verb because actions of love are more than meets the eye with superfluous and sensational satisfaction. Love is action in all senses, formally olfactory, gustatory, tactile, auditory, and visual. Love does not give it an action is more than trivial. Love will never be more than a riddle that's never solved. If love between two beings have the creator as a mediator, as God showing his love for us as the ultimate sacrifice, because his only son lost his life, that alone is the universe's purest symbol of love and action that's sent from above. Another example is when Jesus was baptized and the Spirit of God was descending like a dove. And the Father said that this is my son whom I love and I'm well pleased. That alone is why we should not play with love. Love is an action to cure the universe from all hatred and disease. That's that piece. And the next one is love and happiness. Love will make you do wrong, it'll make you do right. It'll make you stay up praying and crying all night. It'll make you come home on time. Love will make you mad and feel fine. Love will make you stay out all night. Love is being on one accord. Loving the right person will ensure that neither of you will ever be or get bored. Loving someone will never ever be a painful chore. Loving the right person will bring you happiness and much, much more. Love and happiness will cure you and your mate and even the global society from hurt, harm, danger, madness, and sadness. True love and happiness comes from God, and nothing about that feels odd.
Y'all open your mics and show some love. Good. Thank you.
Love
It's
is
good
an
to hear you
action.
sing.
Awesome.
Love
Yes.
that. Good
Yes.
love.
I wish you
Thank
would
you.
a little bit more of that song. It's always it's a good introduction. You got a great singing voice.
Thank you.
Love and happiness.
Say it. It took us right there. You had us right there at the opening line. Powerful song of choice. Powerful choice of song. Yeah, like I said, I wish you would have gave us a little bit more of it before you jumped into the piece. But it was a brilliant piece. It was brilliant.
Thank you.
I know we're getting late in here. Erica, if you need to exit, I could push you up. I got 2 more people. If you can hang in there.
Yeah, I'm about to, well, I keep feeling like I'm about to pass out. That's why I'm like, I'll just step out. It's okay.
Okay, you sure?
I think so. I think so.
Well,
I
we
love you
you.
guys.
You know we love you back. Thank you for always rocking with us and being a part of this family.
No problem.
All right. But we got 2 more artists in there. Thank you all who have hung in there throughout the duration. I know it's a little bit late tonight, and it's always again, I'm just gracious to have y'all here in this space. So at this time, open your hearts and your mics for my brother this first time here, sharing space with us. Y'all show some love for the answer.
Yes, let's go.
What
I
up?
like that.
Okay.
Oh man. Go ahead and do these 2 pieces, get out your way. Getting past my bedtime. But I had to come in and get with my bruh. Glad I could make it this time. I gotta put this on my schedule so I can make it more. But let me dive into this. This first one is called The Tea Chronicles. This one is called Green Tea. It ain't none of my business, as Kermit would say. Sipping green tea, healthy, refined, aged, relaxing like handouts called government assistance. For those persistent enough to venture out beyond their comfort zone, most stay home, selling EBT through coded cell phone conversations like street corner pharmacists on the 1st to the 15th. I'ma be fresh as hell since the Fed's watching. Disguised as middle-aged liberal conservatives, itemizing the amount of white privileged goods in my shopping cart. Poverty only looks good on Broadway, on redhead little orphan girls, on Julia Roberts' prostitution corner, on Disney princesses, trying to feed 7 dwarves healthy meals when they just want Ronald McDonald smiles and golden arch toys. Girl or boy, doesn't matter. They all unisex now, like divorce, like NC bathrooms. I mean, backwoods outhouses, all natural, green Tivana, fruitful bliss, smells like loud, like capitalism, like happiness, like government appropriation, like reduced sentences for marijuana crimes, like freedom, tropical, carefree, stress-free, costly, mentally addicted to the feeling of wanting to escape. Where's that rabbit hole when you need one? Green tea grown, the new cash crop, pampered over, cared for like baby should be, tended to like Eden should have been, like elders should be, hovered over like the premises of forgotten ancestors, forever watchful of its speed to maturity, when it's ready for the world's consumption, is the nest ready to let it go? Will new seedlings be as beautiful in harvest? Maybe just the idea of roots being repotted stirs interest in the future. Either way, like Kermit says, it ain't my business, but this green tea is definitely worth sipping.
This green tea is definitely worth sipping. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
that was crazy, bro. You had me tripping all up through that piece, man. The references, you know, from our childhood youth to this reality that we live in, it's just phenomenal, bro. Phenomenal, right?
Appreciate it. All right, let me jump into this second piece. It's a little serious piece. It's called Smile Sarah. I'm mad kind of CP left because it's kind of like opposite of his. So Sarah smile. Smile that Nicki Minaj smile. Like a Cheshire cat in Wonderland. That Sambo Weeze Fine Master smile. That watermelon loving grin. You know, that one that makes them feel comfortable. Yeah, that smile. She made it profitable to clone your curves, formed her figure to imitate yours, but you never benefited from your frame or the pain as you pop pills and potions just to walk the line of sane. You never chose to be portrayed like a whore. Hottentot was more than folklore. God created you, then destroyed your DNA. Has she sang your praises, Venus? Sarah, please smile. Smile that strip club smile. You were the original stripper. Your attributes grabbed their attention like a chokehold. Truth be told, your words never made it rain dollar bills for you. Only designed dresses to accentuate your silhouette for the less fortunate. You never gave consent. They unclothed you in the streets, fondled you in public, poked and prodded till you were sore, raped you without consequence, but you were called the savage. Sarah, smile. Smile that gold digger smile, that love and hip hop TV smile. Tell them your reality, Sarah Bartman. Tell them to Google your story. Tell them how you had to flash that $1 million smile from a cage, how you became an exhibit in a freak show, how at death your insides were put on display, how you traveled the world in pieces under glass, how privileged you'd have to be to have cakes made in your image for corporate socials. Tell them how you became the butt of their jokes. Smile, Sarah, because your heritage is unblemished. Smile, Sarah, because your bloodline is strong. Because we're going to make them pay soon. Because imitation is the worst form of flattery. Because your kindred will never let Beyonce mar your story. Smile, Sarah, because they can't hurt you anymore. Because your story is still being told. Because you are a goddess. Because God truly broke the mold when he made you. Smile, Sarah. Smile, Sarah. Sarah, smile.
My bro, yo, I open y'all mics, yo. The way you pinned that one, you know, that was pure genius. Way to homage
delivery.
the way you did, bro.
That was amazing. Yeah, that was amazing. Not a lot of people know the Sarah Barton's story, and wow, the way you delivered that and had the hip hop references, and that was amazing. And just you said a line and I couldn't get it quick enough. I'm gonna need you to take some pauses in there so I can catch the line. But oh God, it was right before you didn't give consent. How they're cloning her image, basically, is what you were talking about. It was just brilliantly done.
Thank you. You have to excuse me. I ain't been on any kind of poetry scene circuit since I left North Carolina. So I'm like, I'm kind of nervous. So that's what that was. It's just me getting the nerves out, but I appreciate it.
You did great, bro. You were brilliant. I'll just say that. Both pieces was phenomenal and well expressed. I'm gracious to have you tonight, man. And
so glad you're here.
Hope that you keep you coming back and forth, man. Real talk.
Please come back.
Definitely. Thank you all.
Big love, big love. And this will be on the playback. It'll be on my YouTube page. So I'll make sure when I tag CP, I'll have him on the lookout for that piece. He definitely gonna appreciate your work in there. All right. With that being said, y'all open your hearts and your mics for our final poet tonight, the amazing Ray Jane.
Woohoo! It's Ray J. Let's go.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm gonna leave my camera off for tonight because I really just want to share with you. My book is coming. This is the cover of my book.
Yes, I love it. Do me a
That is
favor. Open your camera for
phenomenal. Yes.
Open your camera for 1 second so I can pin the cover. All right. All right. Hold on. All right, got it. Put the cover back. Let's go.
Yes, so y'all, I appreciate y'all being patient with me. You know, I'm trying to do this in a meaningful way. Whenever I'm offering myself, I just want to be doing my best in doing so. So I hope y'all rock with me. I got plenty more to come, some upgrades to just the book as an experience for me. So I'm really, really excited to be with you guys. I know we've been up late, so I'm not going to keep you long. I got 2 shorties from the book. These are actually the first 2 pieces from the book. It's called Black Like That, as you can see there. And this is from the first chapter. If you could call it a chapter. In fact, it's called Milepost 1. The first thing the dead might say. And then the first question posed is, who your people? These bones vibrate, slapping a line of white ivories on card table they shake. Lovers a booming bass, bellowing forever like the shape of 808, like the dope boys rolling slow down the block. Rhythms heating concrete provide music sheets. You can hear these bones coming, rumbling hood symphonies, old heads bopping, becoming slow gray domes, offering quick glimpses of respect, recognizing similar cadence in my joints, twisting in and out of 4/4 tempos, the realness rising up out my drop top over windows rolled down by hand, earning its breeze. It be functified, fried, dyed, and blow-dried, but still rocking freshly crisp curlers in the melodies of hair salons spilling tea behind me. It's summertime, and it's summertime, and the music is easy. Immortal symphonies aging gracefully in my marrow. And the last piece.
Ray Jane, that's one of my mom's songs right there. She loved that song. You got such an old spirit inside that piece. This was phenomenal. Let me don't stop you. Keep going. Keep going.
I was thinking the same thing though. I love that. That's one of my favorite songs. I love it. Yes. Yes.
Can I just say something right quick? Her tone is crazy. Oh my God. I just want to say that.
Wow.
Right. Like she just jumped right in her shit. Like you hear her talk, and then she just transform when she gets to spit her pieces. I love that about her as well.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you for rocking with me. I'm gonna end the evening, out of respect to your time, with the last piece called Right Before the Lights Come On. And this is after Twerk Villanelle by Portia Olayiwalo. This dance is proof that all rhythms really love me. Unaware why divine overfilled cup, rotund hindquarter splitting mixes up. Dividing decibels is light work, dear. This rear rides beat front row passenger seat. Complete revolutions encircle me. You can't outwork me. Whole spine built from jelly. Don't mind belly, baby. Hot sauce in my feet. No, night complete. Sweat dripping, shirt clinging, shaking, bell ringing. Discarded partner don't do-si-do this magic 4/4 beat. Ain't no 1, 2, 3. Boom cat symphony. String section, middle screams, horns reviving, serpentine thriving, couplets forgetting, crowded whining, ting bashment champion, dancehall queen, gathering admiration, salacious eyes undressed, taste beaded sweat, lights up, quickly forget. Dark disguises regret. Thank you.
Yo, check it. I'm gonna need you to do the audio of my book. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Wow. Say that. And I hear the New York come out of you with that champion dancehall queen. You went in on that part too. But I like that beginning. When you said something before, but I caught the tail end when you said this rear ride be front row passenger seat. That was a slick way to the metaphor of that. Dope, very dope.
Best for last. Wow. What a way to close.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Yeah. We're gonna have to talk about that being that voice for my book on my audio book for real. That voice is mad crazy. I'm like, the voice is captivating me. I mean, I gotta go back and watch it just to hear the words. I was like just so stuck on the voice, bro. That's crazy.
Her voice is crazy. Quite a few of these posts in here have a phenomenal artist voice. The way we transform and just grab a hold of the right is just amazing. But Ray Jane is definitely a prime example of that. Marissa, you still here with us, Prada? We ain't hear from you all night, but I see you on the screen. I don't know if you stepped away or if you fell asleep. I was trying to see if I could get a voice out of her, but that's all good. Listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there for the duration of the night. Definitely was a phenomenal evening. And I can't wait to get it posted so we can all go back and revisit these moments. Y'all just keep coming through. Please make this a home. There's a cot over there. There's a couch over there. How we do. There's always extra pillows and blankets. If we could just lay on the wood floor and be family, you know what I'm saying?
I'm extra cuddly.
Right. I love that.
That part.
All right.
So with that being said, man,
I
y'all
love it.
I'm sorry. Did you want to say?
I just said I love it. No. That was
All right. Well, beautiful. Again, I thank y'all all for being here. Keep shining your light.
Thank you, everyone.
Indeed. Keep shining your light for the universe to see. And until next week, this has been a phenomenal evening of Who Naked Up in Here. I'm your host, Mr. Witz. Thank y'all for joining. Peace and blessings.
peace and blessings, everyone. Have a great night and the rest of your week.
Peace.
Peace. Bye, guys. Bye, Nemo.
All right. Good night.